On the highlights, church service to usher Rivers democratic rule holds tomorrow. Ministry calls for collective efforts to protect schools. Plus, Naira returns to appreciation against dollar. Good afternoon and welcome to Rstv News at 3. I am Kathleen Ago. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now, details of the news. The government of Rivers State has announced that an interdenominational church Thanksgiving service as part of transition activities to usher a democratic governance in Rivers State will be held at the Ecumenical Center along Abonima Wharf Road on Sunday, September 14, 2025 at 10 a.m. in the morning. A statement by the secretary to the state government, Professor Ibibian Lucky Warika, said the administrator of the state, Vice Admiral retired Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas, will be the special guest of honor. The announcement invites all permanent secretaries, local government chairmen, heads of state security and paramilitary agencies, traditional rulers, chairmen and members of board and governing councils, captains of industries, government officials to attend and be seated by 9:30 a.m. Rivers State Administrator Vice Admiral retired Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas has charged newly inaugurated chairmen and members of governing councils of state-owned institutions to provide strategic leadership and turn their schools into enviable centers for research, innovation, and technical excellence. Vice Admiral Ibas gave the charge during the inauguration of governing councils of the Rivers State University, Ignatius Ajuri University of Education, Captain Elichi Amadi Polytechnic Rumola, and Kenule Bison Sarawiwa Polytechnic Bori at the Government House in Port Harcourt. Tamono Barabi Ibulubo has the rest of the report.
With their inauguration, Vice Admiral Abbas wants the governing councils of the two universities to pursue growth, progress, and create lasting impact because the government is committed to best education standards since it is the cornerstone of sustainable development and empowerment of the people. Vice Admiral Abbas charged them to enforce sound policy direction, accountability in management, and create an enabling environment for teaching, learning, and research while exploring improvement in infrastructure, funding, staff welfare, and global competitiveness.
Over the years, these institutions have produced men and women who have contributed immensely to public service, industry, and innovation both within and beyond our borders. As indigenous universities, they carry the weight of our collective aspirations for knowledge, progress, and transformation to provide sound policy direction, ensure accountability in management, and create an enabling environment for teaching, learning, and research to thrive. We are entrusting you with the responsibility to steer the affairs of these great institutions towards greater excellence.
Addressing the boards of the Captain Elichi Amari Polytechnic and Kenule Benso Saruwiwa Polytechnic, the administrator said the inauguration reaffirmed the state's determination to strengthen technical and vocational education as a driver of industrial growth and socio-economic transformation. Vice Admiral Abbas urged them to provide strategic leadership, uphold discipline, excellence, and integrity while promoting policies to expand access to technical education, improve infrastructure, enhance welfare, and foster innovation.
These institutions continue to play a vital role in equipping our young people with practical knowledge, entrepreneurial skills, and innovative capacity that are urgently needed in today's fast-changing world.
Rivers State Administrator Vice Admiral retired Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas has handed the mandate to him by President Bola Tinubu to restore grassroots democracy and stabilize peace in the state has been achieved successfully. since Admiral Ibas made the declaration during the presentation of the comprehensive report of the just concluded local government elections by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RSEC, at the Government House in Port Harcourt. The report that RSEC submitted is considered as modest achievements amidst challenges given the short time available to them to organize the election. Vice Admiral Ibas said the eventual swearing-in of elected chairmen and councillors across the state's 23 local government area marked the fulfillment of President's directive issued to him on 18th March 2025 and commended RSEC for conducting fair, credible and transparent election. Vice Admiral Ibas assured that his administration would review the RSEC report and issue an official statement in due course, while expressing appreciation to his team, security agencies and state officials for their contributions. RSEC Chairman Mike Ode described the exercise as a historic achievement and that the document covered the entire process from the notice of election to stakeholders' engagement, polling, collation of results and announcement of winners. The Federal Ministry of Education has called on all Nigerians to ensure schools remain safe environments where children can learn and teachers can teach without fear. The ministry made the call in a statement shared on its official Twitter handle on Saturday to mark the International Day to Protect Education from Attack. Permanent Secretary Abel Enitan, represented by the ministry's Director of HRM, Dr. Sahid Yusuf, emphasized in the statement that insecurity in schools is unacceptable, saying that each child deserves peace and teachers must work without fear. He stressed that protecting schools is vital to safeguarding the future of the nation's learners. Director of School Safety Hussaini Aliyu Abdullahi added that ensuring school safety is a collective responsibility. He noted that ministry is moving from reactive responses to proactive measures, including security planning and early warning systems to protect students and staff. The Minister of State for Works, Mohammed Goronyo, has lauded President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his steadfast commitment to infrastructural development despite Nigeria's prevailing economic challenges. Goronyo gave the commendation on Saturday during an inspection tour of the ongoing construction of the Sokoto-Badagry superhighway alongside the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, in Sokoto and Kebbi states. He described the project as a transformative initiative that will not only ease transportation but also boost trade and investment across West Africa. According to him, the superhighway, which spans over 1,000 kilometers through Sokoto, Kebbi, Niger and other states before terminating in Badagry, Lagos, will serve as a critical link between Nigeria and neighboring countries such as Niger and Mali. The Naira returned back to appreciation against the dollar on Friday at the official foreign exchange rate market to end the week on a good note. The Central Bank of Nigeria's foreign exchange data showed that the Naira strengthened on Friday to 1,501 Naira 5 kobo against the dollar, up from 1,502 Naira 13 kobo traded on Thursday. This means that the Naira gained slightly by 60 kobo on a day-to-day basis. Meanwhile, at the black market, the Naira depreciated to 1,537 Naira per dollar on Friday, down from the 1,530 Naira recorded the previous day. The development comes as the country's external reserves swelled to $41.66 billion as of September 11, 2025. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. Still to come, new NATO mission to boost the Eastern flank after Russia drone incursion. And in sports, World Athletics Championship, Toby Amuson takes AFN to cleaners. These and more after the break. Stay tuned.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
Proper funding,
Training.
And cooperation.
if it happen,
If it happens.
If it happens.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Rstv News at 3. Now to the rest of our news stories. National Emergency Management Agency has reported the collapse of a 3-story building under construction in Yaba, Lagos State. In a post on its X handle on Saturday, the National Emergency Management Agency stated that the incident occurred at about 8:30 p.m., leaving several people trapped under the rubble. The agency said teams from the National Emergency Management Agency, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, and other responders quickly mobilized to the scene and commenced search and rescue operations. Emergency responders have so far rescued 4 adult males alive and taken them to the hospital for treatment. NEMA noted that exact number of people still trapped under remains uncovered or unconfirmed, but efforts are ongoing to locate and evacuate survivors. Emergency officials have condoned off the site to ensure safety and smooth rescue operations. Nigerians living in South Africa have raised the alarm over a fresh wave of xenophobic threats by an anti-migrant group known as Operation Dudula. Leaders of Nigerian communities are calling for urgent diplomatic intervention following reports of attack and harassment allegedly spearheaded by the group, which has been accused of blocking foreigners from accessing public hospitals. The outcry comes amid sustained harassment that began earlier this year, following years of another round of xenophobic violence. Founded as a grassroots campaign, Operation Dudula claims to be fighting illegal immigration, drug trafficking, and what it calls the unlawful takeover of jobs and services by undocumented foreigners. According to the reports, members of the group have been blocking clinics, inspecting businesses, and confronting immigrants. Leaders of Nigerian Association and affected presidents have recounted harrowing experiences and warned that crisis had reached an alarming level. The president of the Nigerian Citizens Association in South Africa, Frank Onyekwelu, described the attacks as another wave of xenophobia targeted at foreign nationals. Onyekwelu said the Nigerian community had already reached out to political groups and immigration bodies to address the concerns. More NATO countries will move troops and fighter jets eastward after more than a dozen drones entered Polish airspace on Wednesday. Denmark, France, and Germany have joined a new mission to bolster the military alliance's eastern flank. Other NATO allies are expected to take part later. Tensions have been high across Europe since Poland accused Russia of unprecedented incursion. Some of the 19 drones that entered Polish territory were shut down, while others crashed into fields and even a house in eastern Poland. Drones and missiles have occasionally veered into countries bordering Ukraine, including Poland, during Russia's full-scale invasion. But this was the most serious incident of its kind since the war began in February 2022. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk said it was the closest to open conflict since World War II. Europe countries and the US backed Poland during the urgent UN Security Council session in the New York discussing the incursion. An American woman detained by the Taliban alongside a British couple has told newsmen that they are literally dying in prison and time was running out. Faye Hall was arrested with Peter, 80, and Barbie Reynolds, 76, on 1st February when returning to Bamiyan province, Afghanistan, where the couple lived. While Ms. Hall was released after 2 months, Peter and Barbie remained in prison and still do not know why they are being held. The Foreign Office said it was supporting the family of a couple being held in Afghanistan. Speaking in her first interview since being released, Ms. Hall broke down in tears when asked what she would like to tell the couple. Mr. and Mrs. Reynolds married in Kabul in 1970 and had lived in Afghanistan for 18 years prior to their arrest, the reason for which has not been confirmed despite forecourt appearances. The pair had Afghan citizenship and ran a charity program in the country, approved by the Taliban when they took power in 2021. Ms. Hall said the group, which also included an interpreter, had flown from Kabul to Bamiyan province in a privately chartered plane when they were stopped at a checkpoint. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. That concludes our news at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Many thanks for watching and have a beautiful weekend.